Alright, let's go to the meat of all this now. I talked about dummy and recording settings. For the most part, this seems pretty obvious. Why you'd want to record things is because you want to counter stuff, for example. Like, I'm going to use this recording setting here. I'm going to go action record setting. And if you look up here, you see start recording settings. You have interval settings. You also have recording slots. You have all these recording slots here, and in fact most of them should say empty, but I've recorded things in here recently and I haven't reset this. But what are these options for? So basically I'm going to go to recording slot 1. If I select recording slot 1, you'll notice that on the top of the middle of the screen it now says actions, and then there's a box and it says number 1 right in the middle of the screen. And that means as soon as I start hitting anything, it's recording my inputs. Now if I hit start again, I'm back to this menu. And I can go ahead and play back what I just did. So for example, if I go to playback settings, so these are the two options, recording settings and playback settings. I'm going to go to playback settings, and you see here, replay interval. How many times you're going to replay these things, how many times you want it to cycle. If you have it on 0, it'll go infinitely, it'll cycle forever. If you go to 1, it'll only replay once, but you can turn on what I just recorded. So recording slot 1, I'm going to turn on. I'm going to back out of there, leave this on playback recording, leave out, and now the computer is doing exactly what I just did earlier. And you can see in the middle of the screen it says actions play. You see the little green arrow play. Also, doesn't matter which side I switch, they will flop their directions for you. So no matter what side you on, a fireball will always be a fireball. And walking forward will always be walking forward. You can see it cycling, right? As soon as it gets to 4.8 or 9 seconds, it goes back to 0. And it keeps replaying this over and over and over again. The interval, okay, so the interval basically puts how much time is in before it starts. That's what it is. Okay. Sorry, my bad. So for example, I guess I didn't mess with those settings. So for example, I want to test my anti-airs. So I'm just going to jump with Ken and do jumping forward. Alright, so now I want to test to see if I can beat this move. So I'm going to go to playback settings, I'm going to turn that on. And the cool thing about this now here is you're like, okay, this is really bad because now I got to get into this jump range and now I want to test my anti-airs. The cool thing about it is if you leave this on playback setting and go back to restart battle, you'll notice that the restart battle will start the play from where it was. So that's really cool. So since I recorded it at the start distance, every time I go to restart, it's always going to be at that distance. So now I can test my anti-airs. That's a good anti-air. Ooh, look at that. Low strong beat it. Stand jab could beat it. If I try to do a late low fierce, low heavy punch, it's not going to work. I get beat. You know, you get to test a lot of different things like this. Let's test stand medium kick. Okay, decent anti-air. Okay, good stuff. Alright. Okay, if I hit it too late, it's not going to work, etc., etc. So now I can test these kind of things. If he jumps too soon, now I can actually go to playback settings, turn the interval to 1, go back to restart battle, and now it'll wait a second and give me a chance to gather myself and get ready to anti-air him, for example. So interval kind of gives you a prep time a little bit so that you can actually get ready to do things. You can build the prep time into your recording yourself. So for example, if you notice in the recording option, there's recording settings to button input or automatic. If it's on automatic and I pick this, it starts recording right away. Oops, did I not set this here? Oh yeah, I did not set it right. So automatic, start recording. You'll notice that it's recording. So it's recording me doing nothing. If I set it to button input, it won't start recording until I do something, whether it's a button or move. So there's two different ways. So if you want to build in that little startup automatically yourself, switch it to automatic, pick record, wait a second, and then jump forward like that. So now you can actually test it that way. So if I go back to play and go to restart battle, now he'll automatically sit there on the ground for a little bit while and jump at me. So here we go. Whee! So now I can practice anti-airing him. I can practice uppercutting him, like so. So this is kind of a neat way to practice your uppercut timing, you know, because you want to try to, you don't want to uppercut at the height like that. You want to uppercut as deep as possible because you get the most damage that way. So you can just get the computer to jump at you and attack so that you can test your timing on the anti-air. So that's one of the ways that you can use record mode, to test how to counter things, right? One of the things I'm going to say about this right now is that when you're in training mode, unless you have a very, very, very specific reason, oh, and by the way, you can just turn it off by going to dummy. Unless you have a very specific reason to try a combo on a specific character, if you're just experimenting in training mode, I highly, highly recommend you always do a mirror match. So if you're wondering why this whole entire time I've been beating up on Ken, it's because I'm using Ken. Because as I'm playing Ken, like, remember I had the hit confirm option, right? So let's do hit confirm here. Yeah, guard random. So what I want to do here, and I'm going to turn counter hit off. So I want to be able to hit confirm this sequence into uppercut, right? I'm like, yes, okay. Okay, oh, I missed it, okay. Okay, he blocked, I don't do anything. Okay, he got hit, I uppercutted. So you're like, alright, cool, I'm learning this awesome hit confirm and everything like that. But then you think to yourself, wait a minute, if he blocks this, how safe am I after this? Can he punish me? Right? So you can actually set the dummy, because I'm testing Ken, I can go player recording like this, go to, let's record on slot 2. They give you 5 slots that you can record on. So I'm going to record slot 2, I'm going to dash up, walk forward, then do back fierce, a back strong fierce, back medium punch, heavy punch, and then hold down back to block. Now I'm going to go to playback settings, turn off 1, turn on 2, and so now I'm going to have him come up to me, and now the computer is set to block afterwards, right? Because I held down back after I did the target combo, after I did the medium punch, heavy punch. And so now I'm going to mash on light punch. And you can see I can punish him. So you're starting to learn now, okay, this is not a good hit confirm. This is not a very good hit confirm at all. If you play online and you play against a Vega and Vega does the roll on you and you block the roll and you can't punish it, you can actually come to the training mode here, record Vega to roll at you, and then practice punishing it, because it is punishable. So not only can you learn to counter things like, for example, making Ken jump at me, I can also learn to see what can punish this, for example. Like, if I block this sequence here, can I punish it with just with stand roundhouse? I can't. It's too slow. So now I can test it, for example, with medium kick, crouching medium kick. I can punish it. Let's see if I can punish it with just standing heavy punch. I can. So now I know that I can sit here and I can punish this, for example, with fierce and the fierce uppercut. So, you know, you can use that to test those sort of things. You can also, for example, let's do this. I'm going to go record slot 3. I'm going to jump backward. Oops, let me do that again. Oh, by the way, anytime you want to record this and you want to start recording all over again, just pause and select the slot again. That will just give you quick access to starting the recording over again. So like, oh, I messed up. Let me start the recording again. Whoops, I want to jump right away. So let me start recording again. Jump backwards a couple of times and throw an EX fireball. Right? So what I want to do, the reason why I want to test that, I'm going to go playback settings, turn off 2, turn on 3, and now I'm going to do restart battle. And so what I want to do now is test how fireball invincible is my EX Hurricane. It's not at all. It doesn't work at all. So I'm going to activate V trigger, and now I'm going to have him do this. Oops. Ooh, actually, so what I want to do now, see, what I did here is I want to activate V trigger here, but the problem is the V trigger might eat up his inputs. So what I can actually do now is go to playback recording, playback setting, set interval to 3 seconds or 2 seconds, for example. Now if I restart battle, I have 2 seconds to start up before he does anything. Now he does it. And now I can test my EX to see if I can get through fireballs, or if I can actually just erase fireballs here like this. I could have sworn V-trigger you could actually erase... Yeah, there you go. I threw the EX. Okay, so I'm erasing one hit. But I can't erase both hits. But there you go. So that's another example of ways that you can use the recording to test a bunch of stuff. It's a really, really nice feature. Now, the cool thing about this here is, if you notice what I've been doing, is I've been recording the actions, and when I play back, I've been turning off some of the actions and turning on some of the actions. This is now all of a sudden where the training mode becomes really powerful, because you can turn on all 5 recordings that you have. If I go here and record 5 different things, now all of a sudden I can really test stuff. So for example, let me go back to the very first example that I had, which was beating the jump in with my normals. So I have him record the jump in. Very easy, right? I'm testing this now. So he jumps. You're like, wow, okay, my crouching fierce is a great anti-air. Look at that. I'm totally beating his attacks really easily. The problem is, this is not a real world situation. You're not going to be sitting here knowing your opponent is going to jump at you every single time and be sitting there looking only for the jump and be able to punch him out of the air. The problem is, the Ken might be doing all sorts of different things. So you can start using this training mode to test your reactions. I'm going to record the second slot merely as walking back and forth. That's all I'm going to do. So now if you notice, if I go to playback and I turn on the second setting, this is all the Ken's going to do. He's just going to walk back and forth. Okay, it's just going to keep looping. He's walking back and forth. Now I'm going to go to recording setting 3, and I'm going to walk back and forth and throw an EX fireball. Whoops, let me record that again. Pause, unpause, walk back and forth, throw an EX fireball. Now on the 4th slot, I'm going to record walk back, dash up, low forward. Right? On the 5th slot, what I'm going to do here, what should I record for this 5th slot? Let's do a surprise V-skill kick all of a sudden. Let's do this. So I'm going to do walk back and forth V-skill into throw. Now I've recorded 5 options here. Right? I have all 5 of these options. Now if I go to playback and turn all 5 of them on and go back to restart battle, the computer is going to randomly choose between which of the 5 it's going to do. So you can see on the jump attack, the problem... Oops, did I not set it right? Hang on a second. Oh, they're all set to on. The computer just chose jump every time. There you go. Walk back and forth. He ran up to try to throw me. Wiggle back and forth. Jump attack. But you'll notice something here, like as I keep doing this, I'll notice that I put too much delay at the end of some of these recordings. Like for example, that one, the dash up sweep, too much delay. So let's re-record that one, for example. So that was this one, I believe. Oops. So whoops, let's record that again. So start over again, dash up, low, oops, let's do that again. Walk back, dash up, low forward. Okay, end it right there. The jump one, I'm going to jump, standing forward, end it. So that way I'm killing all that delay at the end of it, at the end of all the recordings. Now that they're all on, I'll go back to restart battle. So now all of a sudden this Ken is either going to walk back and forth, or he's going to walk back and forth, or throw an EX fireball, or jump at me, or dash up low forward, or jump at me, or he's going to dash up low forward, or he's going to run up and throw me with the V skill. So now here's a real world scenario. Because what I want to do now is I want to practice how good my anti-air is with low fierce. So this is a real world scenario here because I have no idea when he's going to jump at me. And he jumped at me all of a sudden, I wasn't ready for it. So now I can actually test it. Now when I'm not sitting here completely anticipating the jump, how good is my crouching fierce as an anti-air? Is it as good as I thought it was? But I'm sitting here, like, trying to worry about all these other things. And then when he finally does jump at me, you know... dude, see, look. I couldn't even get my crouching fierce out in time because I'm trying to, like, stop his other options. And here he's throwing the EX Fireball, and he's trying to run up and throw me. I want to know how good my low fierce is as an anti-air, but... see, every time I can actually humanly react to it, I get the trade. That means it's not as good as I thought it was, because when I had playback settings to only jump, the only thing I'm doing is sitting here expecting to jump. So of course I'm going to be able to counter it every time, because he's not doing anything. I can hit it nice and early, and it's super easy to counter, so there you go. It's not as good as I thought it was, so you can actually test these kind of things.